In the studio with me on the Caribbean Showcase and on the Warrentown podcast as well is the one and only Richie Culture. Richie Culture, what you saying? What go on?
Yes, blessed love, man, as I respect my brother every time.
Every time. How's things?
All good, man, you know. Things are constant, things are going, how I like it, you know. Always keeping busy, keeping the time, you know, full up. So, yeah, man, everything's good, man. Joyful, healthy, the main thing.
I love that. So, what you been up to? I know you've been touring like last year. Let's go to last year, con. You must have had a good Christmas with your family and everything.
Yeah, man.
But before that, it was just hectic because every time I was messaging you, it's like, yeah, tour, this, that. What you been up to like last year?
Well, we had a few run-ins with the UB40 lot, the UB40 official, that is. And, yeah, they just put us on a few of their shows as a support gig. So we played at Manchester Arena, Manchester Apollo, I should say. We played at Royal Albert Hall. We played in Moseley Park, which is like one of the best for me, to be fair, because I was born and raised in Moseley, you know. So to play to all the people that you know and you grew up around, it's just a blessing, man. So yeah, we played a few shows with them there, and then at the end of the year, we played at Ahoy,
yes,
in Rotterdam, which was wicked, man. Proper night, man. So yeah, man, we were lucky to have that experience, and should be a few more shows coming up in November, hopefully. So yeah, keep your eyes out for them.
Yeah, because I know, you see, people that don't live in Birmingham, there's two different scenes. Obviously, you have the inner city and everything like that. They like the Handsworth and all those areas with all the sound systems. But also, there's a big sound system and movement and artists from like the south of Birmingham, like Moseley and Barsalheath and right up towards Kings Heath. Tell us about when you was growing up around that area. You originally from that side of Birmingham?
Yeah, originally born and raised Sorrento Hospital, which is on Anderson Park Road in the heart of Moseley anyway. And then growing up, I lived on Church Road, which is like parallel to that road, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like coming through them ends like all the time, went to Moseley C.V., which is in the area as well. And then coming to the age of like 15, 16, we used to sneak into a little event called Jam Jar Sounds, big up the man them.
Yeah, Jam Jar.
And when it was at the Bull's Head, like, no disrespect to the other venues, but when it was at the Bull's Head, for me, experiencing that and that vibe and that energy and like, you know, all the people that I saw, can't beat it, man. Them memories there are just like one of a kind, you know what I mean? So like, that's how I come into the scene, because really and truly, I was a sportsman, you know. I was a
football.
Man, like, every sport, I was a man, play every sport, just pick it up quick time, just play sport, and mainly it was football and rugby, because my uncle's my rugby coach, and football just naturally, because, you know, every man loves to play football and them things there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Jam Jar Sound was the first time we come through with a message of Jah and the real roots of reggae, you know.
I mean, Jam Jar, we used to play in the Bull's Head around there, and we had such a good time. Jam Jar sound from early 2000s, you're talking then, because that's when they first started that residency, even though they were just playing before, but I remember playing back in the day there. And then, like you said, they moved around, but that was one of the main points of Bull's Head.
For me, that was the heart, man. Like, you know, you had this wicked, you know, every night you could count on Pablo Ryder being down there mashing it up, Lionheart, you know, Wisdom, obviously Damo, Robbie Don, all the Dons down there, man. So it was just like, and that would be constant, plus the special guests that it'd bring down. And because it was such like a tight and close and intimate feel, it was just great, man. And then the balcony, that was the smoking area outside. It was just all connected right, man, for what it was, you know.
It was right.
It's serious, man.
And that side as well, is like, there was all walks of life. A lot of people say they remind of like parts of London, where there's a different crowd, different atmosphere, and everybody was getting together and they was into the music. And like, it was on a Monday night as well, so to draw that crowd on a Monday.
For real, man. Every Monday as well.
Every Monday, that's right.
Yeah, people didn't want to miss Jam Jar down in Bull's Head, Moseley.
No, not at all.
Serious.
So that's what made you get into the game?
Yeah, because I'd say like Robin and Damo, when I started, it was me and my bedroom Stevie. We started Young Culture together, Stevie Young Culture, and Damo was Stevie's music teacher, and he was showing Stevie some tunes, and that's Stevie was getting inspired by Damo, plus going to Jam Jar, and I was just getting inspired going to Jam Jar, so we just decided to come up with it with them, like, and they kept on putting us on gigs, you know, so they really shouts to them boys, because they really like carried us along and like put us on the scene, bring us to festivals, you know, so they really exposed us to like the local community, I should say. Yeah.
And then you just took it from there. So when would you say when you really started getting even more work and everything like that?
Well, it was, I think, like our first like 3 or 4 years, really, like maybe even 3 years, because, you know, like we were new, we were young, and like as well, because we were so young, we were cheap, you know what I mean? So it's just like everyone could just get us down to spin some records, and know we'd track the miles just to come and like play and experience the vibe, you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
So yeah, we were mainly busy around then, and then it like died off a bit, and then we started to like put on our own events, which then started getting busy again because venues would holler us and say, venues would start shouting to say, do you want to do a night here, and we'd just start going from there. So it was like 3 years full on, and a little drought, and then we'd start doing our own things from there.
Yeah. So how did that link come about with UB40, another group from that side of Birmingham? How did that come about?
I think just knocking around in the area, like Matty Campbell and the crew always knew about us when we were established as DJs, and then we brought our band out, and they always there were always talks about we're going to get you on board, but we didn't really that didn't really happen. So yeah, I don't know, maybe because my partner is Matty's cousin, so we started to see each other more.
Yeah, and
then we talk about the situation more, and then it's kind of like when you're gonna put us on basically. And then they gave us a shout, man. So shouts to them as well, man. For real.
I mean, a lot of your music fly in. You work a lot with one of your producers. Is like Robbie Melody, one of the main producers for you, or
Robbie Melody or Stevie from Young Culture.
Yeah.
But to me, it's all the same family out of that because Robbie's in the band as well. So it's all just one nice unit, which is nice, man.
Yeah. So how did you start with Robbie Melody? How did you start working through family and?
I met Robbie Melody through a guy called Jake Malarkey. Shout outs to High Grade Hi-Fi as well. He was one of the first persons to release a tune with me. It was called Dreader.
Okay.
I think it was back in 2019.
Yeah.
So then when I think Robbie had written some of the music with Jake or something like that, or would play the guitar or some piece like that, and through that, when he heard the voice, like, who's this artist? And then we linked up from there. And ever since then, we've just been working together, man, because we've got the same kind of work rate, Yeah. It's proper, enthusiastic with it, and so am I. So, it's good we feed off each other, man.
Because you're non-stop in the studio, I noticed. Obviously, you got your family time and everything, but it's studio, and then you're touring, your work ethic. That's why I rate with yourself and Robbie, really. And not just of you, it's other artists as well. You're all working like a unit.
Yeah, truly, man, truly. There's a lot of us, there's 8 in the band, you know what I mean? And we're all a lot of the musicians in our band, they're in 4 or 5 other bands, you know what I mean? And they're teaching music and stuff like that. So they're always constantly going and constantly, dealing with the music and perfecting their craft.
Is that something you're going to get into as well, the instrument side of things, or?
Yeah, I mean, I started on the drums, so I was I might pick it back up. But it's hard, man. When you start one thing and then you got the next thing, so you got to just focus on the one, But when I get my right set up, I got the drum kit still there, man. So I bring the drums back out. You know what I'm saying? You might catch a little guest appearance.
Yeah, there's some freestyles as well up here as well.
Yeah, Jana.
But really, the music quality is definitely on point. Because I was listening to the songs that you sent to me last year and the previous year. I was like, this is good. The work rate and the work ethic, because not many artists that would put out a song, but it's not just putting out the song, it's putting in the work and everything as well.
Yeah.
And you've been really pushing with the music and everything
thanks,
that.
Man.
So what's next for you?
Really, I mean, going back to the music and the work ethic and stuff like that, we really do all that stuff to keep it ahead of the game, because like you said, life's hectic, we got kids and this, that and the other, so it's good to stay ahead of the game, so it gives you the space to create new music. So we never really want to stop creating ideas, but we always want to push ourselves to set these goals, so we've got enough music to say, there's an EP there, keep the people, keeping them there, you know what I'm saying, and keeping the vibe up there. Yeah. So what's next really? We got an EP coming out we got an EP coming out in March and an EP coming out in July. I won't drop any dates yet.
Yeah, I know.
But there's one from the Young Culture band department, which is going to be called Hard Times.
Okay.
And there's another one with Robbie Melody producing it. This is going to be our second EP together, and it's going to be called Hail Him. Wow. Yeah, man. So some serious tunes on both of them EPs, man. Yeah, man.
So you just put all the songs together and you just put them down, and when it's the time to release them, then you're just yeah.
Yeah, well, kind of. Or sometimes we just leave them there because it's not that time to release it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything has its own time, man. So we might just make it and just make sure we're happy with the stage of releasing it to the public, the people. You know what I mean? We don't want to ever leave it unfinished and then just leave it there. We want to make sure it's finished and we're happy with it, and then we can sit it aside and go, right, when can this go out and what's this and da.
So you kind of catch a vibe with them. You just
yeah.
And some songs you just straight away that needs to go out.
Well, you know what the vibe is when you catch a vibe, you catch a vibe, and when everything's right and it's in its process, then it can run. But we try to be plan it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to have I'm gonna drop a little thing. The July EP is for it's on His Majesty's birthday. You know.
Yeah.
So it's the whole EP is just a blessing to him, really. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, guidance to him, same way. So that's what I'm saying. We try and find the right times to put these things out. We don't just put music out and think, oh, that could have come out in 420. You know what I'm saying? Or this could have come out then. Yeah. We want to make sure we structure it right, man.
Yeah, definitely. Every time. So what do you think about the reggae scene in Birmingham now, and the UK in general?
It's all right, man. It's not. I mean, to be fair, I'd say music in general is not what it used to be, because back them days there wasn't any smartphones. You know what I mean? So smartphones weren't in clubs, so you know no one's gonna get their like brick phone out to like do whatever. They're just gonna love the music. You know what I mean? So there's a better connection with music from there. You know what I'm saying? So I think having all the new technology and stuff like this is kind of like dragged it away from the music. People are more like timid to dance. It's more like out of fashion to just feel the music and get loose. It's more stand up and watch, you know what I'm saying? So the scene's all right, and that's in the UK, you know.
Yeah.
Europe, what I see on videos and stuff, it looks like they catch the energy a lot more there. I don't know what they're doing out there. It must be the sunshine or something like that. Like, we get caught down with the cold weather over here. But in the UK, not to say that the scene's bad in the UK, but like it's not as good as it could be in my heart, really.
Because you've been around Europe as well, and you've seen the difference yourself.
Yeah. With DJ, like, when we've gone to see people like in like, you know, different festivals and that, and thought, you know, boy, the Europeans really love their music, you know what I mean? Like, they really go for it. You know, they're really like connecting with the music, you know, not feeling any way because someone's around them.
No. And they love the traditional sound as well, the original reggae vibe as well.
Yeah, man.
I noticed when I've been over there, definitely. But have you got any message for your fans? Because I don't want to keep it too long. Like, if they want to get in touch with you, how can they reach out to you?
Well, you can catch us on the Young Culture Band. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on all the social media platforms. Like I said, just look out for them EPs coming. There's going to be more gigs coming up. So this year, check out the Young Culture page, and all things will be on there. Yeah, man, serious. And keep it up full in these times as well, man. Love, health is strength, man, you know?
Blessings every time. Richie Culture, trust me, wicked artist. Look out for him, people. Bless.